Welcome back everybody to another Dragon Ball Legends video, and today we have some pretty good news. So today, we just got right now at the moment of this recording, I got some mines from my buddy Red Max, and we were in the Discord, and he showed off was it the stuff for the new banner, which is the Goku and Piccolo. And I thought to myself earlier in the day, I said, well, with these guys coming in, ChiChi has to get Zenkai Awakened, right? There we go. I don't know if this is going to be coming out today or to be delayed until next week so that you can pad things out, but I will really love it to be for today. But the fact that this is coming in shortly after Bulma's Zenkai Awakening was pretty much last week, right? This to me feels like it's going to be a revival of the original Rising Girls banner, and that just gives me so much hope for Videl. Like, Videl is already, that yellow sparking Videl is already soul boosted, whatever boosted, she's maxed out on everything, waiting for the day that the Zenkai Awakening shows up. And this character right here gives me hope, because they just decided to not do just one or two, or sorry, not just one, but to do two from the initial banner from long eons ago, and they took their sweet time. So I'm just gonna be going over her kit here, and I wanted to take a look to see what things have changed as the raw reaction. We'll see just how. I know the Zenkai ability is gonna be Green Dragon Ball. I know that's gonna be there to buff Goku. I kind of had a feeling about that when I knew he was green, but we're gonna go take a look to see what is on here since the game is down. Can't exactly look at it by downloading all and see what happens here. So just going off memory here. I'm gonna be looking on the website, the main website that has the original kits, and then I'll be looking back and forth to see what has changed. Okay, so I have the main website pulled up, so we're gonna be jumping back and forth between what you see here. So the first one is the main ability, which, man, this is such a big change. Okay, so we have the main ability. The original one was draw the Ultimate Arts card next, which is Whirlwind Impact. Nullifies own unfavorable element factors for 15 timer counts. So pretty much she just goes type neutral and she gets the ult, which that was it. Requirement is 25 seconds. So that was pretty much it. What we have here is draw the Ultimate Arts Whirlwind Impact next. Restores own health by 20% and ki by 40. Okay, so that way you're actually able to use it in case you get to a point where you get Zamasu'd and you're out of ki. You can just pop this in and have enough to do it. That's good. Plus 20% damage inflicted for 20 timer counts. Nullifies own unfavorable. So they didn't change the time for the amount of time from 15 to anything else. All right, and it's still 25 timer counts. Okay, cool. So that's actually nice. You're getting ki, which is way more than you need. So it's double the amount. So because it's still going to cost 20, I believe, and you're getting about 20% extra damage, and then you could pretty much just power drive through Goku and Frieza if you need to. So that's good. I mean, it's not the best thing in the world for a main ability. You would like some extra effects, like maybe get a Dragon Ball on the main ability, but you know, beggars can't be choosers at this point. But it is better that they actually gave her the ability to get ki for your ultimate, which is, you know, a lot of the older units didn't have that, and when you're Zenkai Awakening a unit to actually be relevant, they need always something to consistently give them ki, so they can keep that combo going, or at least have enough to do a solid finisher, or, you know, stop time. You know, you don't want to have no ki, you use it, and then you really can't do anything about it when you see them sidestepping in a vulnerable time. So there's that. Okay, so we're gonna look next here. It is the uniques. Okay, I guess we're gonna be scrolling down here. Uniques, because I feel like that's the only thing that's probably posted here. Where's it at? Tournament power ability. That's not really what we're looking for. All right, here we go. Uniques. So originally we got ki charge. Let me see if that's the charge ki wave there. So that was the original one. Here is restores own ki by 50 when this character enters the battlefield. The following effects also occur if a tag girls other than this character is a battle member. Plus 30% to own ki recovery. Okay, that's right. Plus 20% to blast damage inflicted for 15 timer count. So that goes for both. Let's see if they do anything different here. Applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. Okay, so it restores ki by 50. That is largely unchanged. Plus 20% to blast damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Reduces damage received by 20% for 15 timer count. Okay, interesting. So the blast damage stayed the same, but they also added a reduced damage received for 15 timer counts. That's pretty good. I mean, I would like a little bit more, but that's better to have more defensive. I guess that's one way to block against Frieza's side. Okay, also applies the following effects to self if tag girls or tag DB. Okay, other than this character is a battle member. Okay, so this is still the first unique, and it seems like okay, plus 25% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts, and plus 30%. So you're not only getting 20% to your blast damage, you're also getting 25% just in regular inflicted if you have the girls or Dragon Ball set up. So it's about 50% more damage than you would have been doing. So you add 20 to 25, you got about 45% to just damage inflicted if you're just using pure blast, which to me, what I'm noticing right now is that the girls team is a mostly blast based team at this point, with all the blast buffers. So that's not bad, especially since this character is going to be having synergy with the girls team. Very, very good. Okay. The 30% key recovery, I mean, I that's not something I really notice unless you're really out of options, and most of the time I feel that when I'm fighting a bot, because bots don't take the preemptive most of the time. Okay, so that's a cool change. I mean, we still got plenty more to go here. So we got Universe's Strongest Wife. The other passive, and this is just a single sentence, and this is what made her really dangerous back in the day. It was the plus 80% damage inflicted against Sun Family. That is an all-encompassing tag, because you're always going to be fighting Goku, you're always going to be fighting a Gohan, you're always going to be fighting, well, not as much anymore, but you will be fighting Gotens. And the fact that this is plus 80%, you will more often than not have this ability popping off. And I think against Go Frieza, this will still be in effect. So assuming that the Frieza side doesn't get rid of the tag, that's not something I really looked into primarily. If the Frieza side still has the Goku tag, you can pretty much just incinerate Frieza if you have the preemptive with this unit. So you go from Bulma to Chi-Chi, and they go into a Frieza, you're pretty much going to be wiping them out with the Go Frieza specifically. That's very interesting. Okay, so let's see what they did for the Universe Strongest Wife here, and I could already tell by looking at how big this thing is. They've done way more than just a sentence the original one was. Okay, so Universe's Strongest Wife, a plus 80% damage inflicted against Sun Family, cannot be canceled. Thank you, they kept that there. Plus 40% damage inflicted against all characters except Sun Family. Cannot be canceled. So they had a backup plan just in case you weren't fighting somebody that was Sun Family. So that way that you would not have no bonus damage for that. So if you're fighting Sun Family, you're doing bonus damage. If you're fighting anybody else, you're doing about 40% damage. That's actually pretty interesting. I find that hilarious, and it's also non-cancelable. I love that. Okay, so apply the following effects of self when this battle starts. Plus 50% to damage inflicted. Okay, cool. That seems to be the normal thing for these Zenkais now. Reduces damage received by 30%. So you add that with the reduced damage by 20% for 15 timer counts. That's already 50% that you're going to be applying on here. From the start of the battle, you're just getting consistently 50%. Sorry, yeah, is it? Wait, let's see. 50% damage inflicted cannot be canceled. Oh, wait, so I'm reading that wrong. I was looking for defense. Okay, there we go. Reduces damage received by 30%. So you got that going in just from the start of battle. It's all going to be there. And plus 30% the key recovery, which now that's going to end up going to about 60% based on what I see there. So you got 30% key recovery, 15 timer counts, and then you just got an unconditional. It's going to happen at the start of battle, 30%. So that's about 60%. Wow, that is a lot of key recovery. I hope I can feel that in actual battle. All right, applies the following effects to allies when this character is switched to standby. Restores ki by 20. That is really good. You're going to have a lot of situations where characters are going to be swapping out, and you're going to get a whole bunch of ki on switch in, switch out. That's very, very good. Like 20 ki, yeah, sure, but that's enough to get one more card out if you're swapping to somebody like a Kuei, and Kuei into Bulma, and then Bulma into Chi-Chi. That is a lot of ki given out there. Nice. All right. Gradually restores health. going a little bit too fast here. Okay, so you're restoring ki by 20. Gradually restores health timer count for 20 timer counts. An additional plus 20% damage inflicted by ally, girls, or tag Dragon Ball. Okay, wow. So the fact that they're still acknowledging girls as a team there really gives me hope that we're going to end up having a unit that is going to be, now I wouldn't say LF worthy, but at least they still respect the team enough to keep supporting it. And they could have just easily said Dragon Ball and then just called it a day. But no, this is actually going to make them do some nuclear damage along with what Bulma's doing. And wow, so you're getting a lot of buffs just on switch out. So very, very good. And then she's going to be healing, which I don't know how much the healing is going to be. If it's going to be like Jiren, I think the purple Jiren heals when he's sitting out, something like that. It's very annoying, but you know, we're getting to the point where everybody's healing, so you need to have some type of healing here and there. Okay, so we got martial arts background. Applies the following effects of self every time when faced with an enemy. Okay, so this is okay. Right away, I see this and I think of Zenkai 7 18, which is a character we haven't used since since special cover change started happening around every turn. And she kind of lost her relevancy because of that. Okay, so I'm not gonna read this yet, but I'm really hopeful that we end up getting somewhere in here where it nullifies special cover change. I've not seen that yet. I've not, no spoilers on this yet, but I really hope that we end up having a special cover change nullification somewhere in her kit, either in the new one or this one or in the one after this one. Okay, so applies the following effects to self every time when faced with an enemy. Plus 25% to strike damage inflicted for 10 timer counts. That can be stacked, so you get a whole bunch of situations where she's doing insane amount of damage and you get somebody consistently in. She's going to be doing 25, 25, 25. Minus 3 to strike arts cost. Okay, this definitely feels like Android 18. Increases arts card draw speed by 1 level. Again, this is just Android 18 right here. The following effects occur when this character performs a vanishing step. While this character is on the battlefield, randomly draws 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer. Okay. And shortens ally substitution count. Okay, that reminds me of another character, but is that Kalen Khalifa? No, it reminds me of another character that has been on the girls tag. Okay, cool. All right, so there's that. I'm gonna switch to the other one here. Let's see, the following fix occur. Any step? Yeah, we just looked at that. Okay, so now we got over here. Oh, and was this reduces enemy ki by 30? Okay, so just by vanishing. You're taking away one of their options. I don't know how often it's going to be where the 30 ki you're removing from them is going to impact them a lot. I'm only guessing that if we're in a panic situation where people are just sidestepping like crazy, and they need that one extra ki, and you just take it away from them, and they just do a tap attack on you instead of just doing like a blue card. I guess that could be cool, but I don't really see much use in the enemy ki by 30. If you really want to be disruptive, make it 50. But I guess 30 is okay. All right, for the final new one, Well-Honed Punch. The following effects occur every time this character uses a strike arts. Plus 10% to special move damage inflicted. Okay, cool. Plus 10% to ultimate damage inflicted for 10 timer counts. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade. Plus 15%. Okay, so that's interesting. 15% applies following effects to self upon landing a strike arts on hit. Draw a strike arts card next. Activates twice. Was that baby Vegito Blue? That's like a baby Vegito Blue thing right there. Because that's exactly what he gets whenever he does the card. Oh wow! So she's getting some extra cards just by doing this. I'm assuming this resets every single time she comes back in, right? Applies attribute upgrade. Shortens substitution count by 2 for 10 timer counts. Cannot be stacked. So when she hits somebody once with a card, the sub count goes down by 2. Interesting. And this is not restrictive to any type of tag, so this could be in theory with any character. That's interesting. All right. Okay. So they provided us some of her super attacks. Let me see if there's anything different. Probably not, but might as well check. All right. So they're looking at the special move, the Dragon Attack. So Dragon Attack, according to the website, deals major impact damage, inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade plus 10% damage received. Very, very nothing. It's That's practically nothing nowadays. Let's see what this one here does. Major impact damage, that hasn't changed. Restores own ki by 30, but on activation, so that's kind of good. So you're essentially spending 50 to get 20, or to really only spend about 30. Okay, that's interesting. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade plus 20% to damage received for 20 timer counts. That's it. Okay, so I guess the only thing they really gave her was the extra damage, as opposed to just 10%. You got 20% for their damage received, and then you're getting about 30 ki on activation. I mean, I guess that's cool. It's a strike, so it's not like something you could really follow up with, like with Bulma, where you can catch people off guard with the double rocket launcher from a distance. So I don't know how getting your ki up by 30 on activation is going to save much. It feels kind of weird. I have to see that in practice. Okay, so special skill, cut it out. Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite greens. That's something that gets so slept on because I think she, along with Broly, and I can't really think of any other character that just knocks him out. So the original thing was here is plus 15% to strike damage inflicted for 20, which is inflicts force switching on hit. Like that, her green is very powerful if you're able to consistently swap people out before they want to, because that was something that was really meta relevant when she was around, where if you got somebody like Broly coming in and, you know, he was a monster, right? Well, you just bring in Chi-Chi, she slaps them out, and that's forcing them to have a unit they don't want to have on the field out longer, especially in this meta where you're essentially seeing Goku and Frieza coming in every single time because their subcount manipulation with other units is crazy. Having Chi-Chi just kind of disrupt that game plan is actually really, really good. Okay, so her original one was plus 15% to strike damage inflicted. Yeah, I just said that. Inflicts force switching on hit. If enemy is Sun Family, inflicts attribute downgrade plus 5 to substitution count for 15 timer counts on it. That is going to be very, very useful if that stays. We're going to look at what it is now. So you got plus 20% damage inflicted for 20 timer counts. So that only went up by 5%. And then applies the following effects to enemy on hit. Okay. Take a look at this here. Inflicts force switching, so that's still there. Inflicts attribute downgrade plus 5 to substitution count. So I'm excited because I really like this unit. She was really fun back in the day, but you know, she was unusable. Plus 5 to substitution count for 15 timer counts. Wow. Okay, so now it's just that substitution count is on everybody instead of just Sun Family. Oh, that is going to be annoying to everybody. Okay. And that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So instead of just restricting it to Sun Family, it's now everybody gets plus 5. So in theory, you could use that on any character that has these really abusive subcounts. Wow. And it's unlimited. So if you could end up getting people a whole bunch of times with the slap, you're pretty much going to end up having them go 10 seconds above, which in theory would be enough to work around the Goku and Frieza rush defense. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna go through this one here. So the let's see, the Zenkai ability. I'm going to assume, not reading it yet, it's going to be Green Dragon Ball, increases following stats, green and tag Dragon Ball. Okay, obviously cannot get everything like the Green Android 18, which was I think the only female Zenkai buffer. Okay, so increase the following stat for character, both element green and Dragon Ball, yeah, and then increases the following that are both element green and Dragon. Wait, is this all the same thing? Oh, these are all just the Zenkai abilities from like least to greatest. Okay. All right, increase the following. They're both green, and so the final one would. Okay, I guess that's everything that's important. Okay. Overall though, very, very impressed. What I'm more excited about looking at this kit here. Again, we're just reading off the data mines here. I guess hold up. I'm just excited in general for this unit because I like Chi-Chi as a character from this arc. She didn't really do much, but obviously, you know, I like the Dragon Ball waifus a lot. But the thing with this character, when she came out on release on the original Rising Girls banner, she was one of, I think, her, Brienne, Videl, and Bulma. Brienne, I think, came a little later because that one came with Great Saiyaman 2. This unit was actually pretty darn good for what she was doing. What they're doing for her Zenkai year, from based on what I can see here, they're making her like a cross between Android 18 Zenkai and a little bit of Vegito Blue. And then you toss in the green, which is there to disrupt characters that have insane amount of substitution down. And on top of that, she's doing insane amount of key and character buffing on switch out. So she's doing exactly what Bulma's doing, but slightly more. And the fact that she's green, I know we're in a meta where, well, I think we've always been in a meta where mono purple's always been a thing. The fact that she's able to go head to head with a purple that are trying to block you and just green card them, swat a mile away, that's really good. Now, in practice, we'll have to see how useful that is. I was really surprised with Bulma when I was playing as her unit. I've really figured out real fast that Bulma actually is really good with her cover change. The 30 key that she removed was really inconsequential at the end of the day. I didn't really see much about that, but her defense was really good. With this ChiChi, I really hope that her defense is also good, but also that she's going to be able to be competitive with damage. And just like Bulma, I think her green is probably going to be the thing that makes the most out of this unit. And the fact that if you're able to constantly switch out, so if you're going from ChiChi or Bulma into ChiChi and then ChiChi into some other unit like Koei, you're going to end up having a good time. And the fact that I think I can finally bring out Launch with her insane Z ability to help buff this team, really feels like we're going to end up having a resurgence of this team long term. I don't know if this is the time to bring out a Zenkai 18 again, but I would definitely love to see if that unit can make a comeback along with this one, because if you're going to be pressuring people to switch out against this unit and you're into getting cheaper cards and you're going to end up having cheaper cards, and I think it was a card draw speed. No, I could be wrong, but like that whole thing with Android 18 during her Zenkai, where she was just she was just going off and killing everybody. That was, you know, swapping. You would be having people like increase their card draw by 2 or 3, and that was insane at the time because 2 and 3 were not even thought of. It was no maybe 1 if you were lucky at the time. I think this unit could do some good. I really hope so. And the fact that we're going to have, most likely it's going to be Green Dragon Ball. I have to look in to see the rest of the character roster. I don't know if there is a Green Girls Dragon Ball character, but let's see. Green. No, the Bulma EX is yellow. Oh, that means that you're going to end up having Bunny Bulma be supported by this unit. Oh man. Okay, that's gonna have to warrant its own video to see what happens there. Anyway, I rambled on long enough. I was really excited. I can't wait to see this unit pop up on reset. If this ends up being delayed for a couple days, I'm gonna be really sad. But if it doesn't, expect something really quick for a showcase, because I'm really excited to see what happens with this unit. Like if we get to see you know, some insane damage values from her, and see if the green card actually is that disruptive. I think this green is going to be way more value than Bulma's card going forward, just because you're getting people switching them out by force as opposed to switching yourself, which still applies sub counts against you. Feels like it's gonna be problematic for people, because they're gonna be playing as characters they don't want to, especially when they're swip swapping. So anyway, we'll see you then, and I'll do my showcase when that happens. So until then, bye bye.